Okay, today we're going to do a little experiment here with some ring sizing charts. Printed both of these charts off online here. They're from a very large company. I blacked out the names, but I wanted to go with something that people maybe thought was reputable. So I have two rings here. Both these rings I made myself. I got my tire ring here. This is a men's tire ring. Sell a lot of these. And this is my men's Zelda ring here with gold inlay. So we're going to test them on these charts here and see what they turn out. First chart is this one right here, and it has instructions here. It says measure the inside diameter of the ring by lining up the ring with the circles on the chart. So we're going to find a circle best measures the ring on the inside. Basically you want to line up the ring until you really can't see the black line anymore, or it's just at the edge. So looks like the best one on this chart here is 21.4 millimeters according to this chart. So we'll go over to this chart, and this has all the different ring sizes. It has the diameter in millimeters in this line. So we'll find 21.4, and that's right here. And we'll go over to US and Canada sizes, and according to this chart, this ring is a size 12. Let's see what happens when we actually put it here on this ring mandrel. Turns out it's actually just above a size 10, maybe size 10 and a quarter. Flip it over, double check. Yeah, definitely not a size 12. We're off by over a full size according to this chart. Let's try the other ring to see if this scales. Okay, we'll start this out. It's very simple, plain. It's got a flat inside, no comfort fit to mess up the sizing here. And I go down the chart till we find something that looks good. 18.5, 19.0, 19.4, 19.0 is the closest match I can find here to this ring according to my eye. So we'll find that on the chart right here. It says it's a size 9. No, not a size 9. Not even close. Actually, I'd say it's more of a size 8. That's where it stops, and that's the size it covers up here on the mandrel. So that's what size this actually is. So if you were to take this to a jeweler, you know, they would size it on their stick. They would say, yeah, that's a size 8. And these ring sizing sticks are what we use. We use metal versions of these when we actually make our ring. So if a ring is a size 9 or a size 8 or a size 10 on this stick, it's going to be a size 8 or 9 or 10 or whatever it may be in any jeweler shop. So these are pretty consistent. As you can tell, these are useless, so never ever ever use paper printed ring sizing charts. And that also goes for the type that you cut out and wrap around your finger. They're also useless. Don't try to put your finger through these holes. It's not a good comparison. The only way to size a ring is if the ring is already made, just put a stick like this. You can buy these sticks on Amazon for a couple bucks. For a plastic one, about anywhere between $4 and $10 after shipping, or you can buy a nice metal one for anywhere between $15 to $30, and they pretty much last forever. Now, if you don't have a ring and you're trying to get a ring made, then the easiest thing to do is to go online and buy a set of these. And also, I sell these on my website or on my Etsy shop for a couple of bucks plus shipping. Very cheap, they last a long time, and you'll have them forever. The only downside to these is that the ring is only about 3 millimeters thick, so it's good for ladies if you're trying to buy a thin ring online and you need a thin ring sizer. If you're buying a really wide ring, these don't work as well because wide rings need to be fit differently. They typically are going to feel tighter than a narrow ring, oftentimes up to a full size tighter. So, but these are a good starting point. So you just buy these online and you just pick one to start with. Let's say I'm trying to size for a wedding ring. Just go down the line until I find one that fits. That one goes over the knuckle pretty easily. You have to twist it a little bit to come off, and that's about how I like to wear my rings. I like them a little loose. I've got fat knuckles. So I look at the thing there and it says it's a size 9. I can test this. Sliding it on the mandrel, size 9. So it's good and it's consistent. Now you can also go to a jeweler I carry these. Most jewelers will also have a set of these. It's exactly the same thing as this, but in metal, so it's going to have a little bit different feel to it. Find the size 9 here. It's the size 9. Slide that on. Feels exactly the same as the plastic ones. It's the same width. I also carry a set of the wider sizing rings here. These are for typically men. These are about 5 millimeters wide, and they're excellent for most men's wedding bands. They're going to order between 5 and 8 millimeters wide. Now if you're going to go any wider than say 7 or 8 millimeters, like a 10 millimeter wide ring, it's oftentimes beneficial to go ahead and try on another wide ring that's actually been made that's in your size to see if it fits the way you want to. So here's the size 9, I believe. It's 9.5 and 10, so it's not the 6. And I can tell just from putting it on that because it's a wider ring, it has more friction and it's almost a suction against my skin because it displaces more of the muscles and flesh inside the finger. So really with this ring, I almost want to go up to a size 9.5 to get that same feel. Size 9.5 feels to me the same in the wide ring as it did in the skinny ring. So that's a good example here. This ring is 5 millimeters wide, so I'll go up half a size. If I were going to get a 10 millimeter wide ring, I might even go up to a size 10 just to get that same comfortable feel. So this is something I think everybody should be aware of when ordering rings online. And since I sell a lot of rings online, this is something I try to relay to all my customers before they buy it, but I can't hit this up to everyone before they do. So for those of you watching this video, try to pass it along to as many people you know. And if you have any other questions, feel free to contact me through my website, www.earthartgems.com.